Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Midnight Wine and Bookish Chatter. Today we have a very special guest, S.R Fabrico. And today we're going to be talking to her about her award-winning books, how she is a world champion dance coach, how she is a guest speaker at author events. She also She also offers author services for authors who need help with writing and whatnot. And she's basically just an amazing person that does everything. What's not to love about her? So let me hook in Midnight Readers Book PR. Okay, she's our co-host, Susanna, and then I'll hook up S.R Fabrico, and we'll get started. I can't wait. And I'm hoping she's going to be coming in soon. Yay! I could see that it's trying to work. I'm just waiting for the for it to go. I don't know why it's not going as fast as I'd like it to. It's trying to connect. I see it, Susanna. Susanna's all the way from the UK, so that could be it too. It's like 5 o'clock her time, 12 o'clock my time. All right, so while she's trying to go in, I'm also going to try to connect Stacy. See how that goes. Hi.
Hello, how
Thanks
are
for
you?
joining us, Stacy. I'm waiting for Susanna to come in. I'm sure you could probably see. Can you see anything?
Yeah, I can
Or
see
just,
you.
oh, okay. I'm just waiting. I have the circle going, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting, but I don't see. Oh, maybe she'll go in now. I don't know. Well, I did a little intro about you, but while we're waiting, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself while we're waiting for Susanna to come on in?
Yes, sure. So I am S.R Fabrico. I started my writing journey, believe it or not, it's been 6 years ago now, which is crazy. It feels like it was just yesterday, but it's been 6 years ago. I am a business owner and started writing in 2018 and really kind of fell in love with it. And I have published 3 novels. My fourth is in the works. It is set to come out February 11th, 2025. I know everybody who's been reading the Southport series is so excited for book 3. So it's coming February 11th, 2025. I have 2 additional books in the works behind that one that I am planning on. And yeah, I've started doing speaking and some author services and different things like that. So I'm a mom of 2 teenagers and a wife of 24 years. So yeah, all the things.
And you look great, by the way, Stacy.
Thank you. I finally feel great. It's been
Oh,
it's been a long road of craziness, but I am feeling good.
very good. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm still trying to hook. It's still not. I don't know why it's not um, working for her. I don't know why. We've done, 3 before, so and it did work, but it must be something on her end. I don't know because mine is trying to connect. Hers is not. Let me just see one more thing. And I know we're following each other.
Yep.
We got that right.
And I'm following her. So
Yeah, yeah. And she's following you because I know she wanted to make sure she had the right Instagram account. I think we're just gonna continue,
okay.
um, and hopefully she'll still try to come in. But thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. And I just want to show everybody. I don't know. Do you have the books
I
with you?
do.
This is Stacy's first book, and I fell in love with the cover. It just gorgeous. And then your covers just keep on getting better and better and better. And I just love when book covers feel like leather. I love it. I don't even know what you would call it, but What do you call that? Do you know?
It's matte. So I do matte instead of gloss for mine, and that's why
Oh,
I think they feel that
it
way.
just
So,
it
and I
feels.
actually, so Call Her Janie got a little update on her
Oh,
cover because of her award that she won. And then I actually, so when I originally wrote Call Her Janie, and I had designed the cover, it was going to be a standalone book. But then after I got into it, I was like, oh, there's a whole lot more to unpack here. And that's when it became a trilogy. And so I redid the cover so that they would kind of match and be, you know, more of a sequel. And you can see it says like book one, book
oh,
two, and book three will have book
yes, I
three.
see
And
that
so,
because I had, I guess,
yep,
the first, like your first run. So,
yes,
and then this one has the two. So I got you.
correct.
Okay.
Correct. So the new cover version matches and makes it look more like a trilogy. So you have a special one because there's limited edition of those
Yes,
copies.
yes.
Yeah, and then
And
I
then
have
once you
my
get, go ahead.
sorry, I was going to say I have my debut novel here too. This is my very first novel.
And many people love that book. I mean, it was a hard subject, but they loved it. You
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
they definitely loved it. Back to your Southport series,
Yeah.
was what I wanted to say is once you finish your third book, then you could do a box set. You
Yes. which will
know?
be which will be fun. I've not done one of those before, obviously. So yes, that will be very
Yeah,
cool. And I
I can't.
am considering so the audio, I don't have audio yet for Call Her Janie. So I'm considering when I have the third book finished with all the, I mean, it's done, but it's being edited right now. So when I'm considering when it's done with all the editing process, doing all three books in audio at the same time and kind of dropping those all at once as well. So
That would be fantastic. I mean, the market isn't saturated yet in terms of audiobooks, so now is the time, I think, to get in and get going, because not every book is available on audiobook. And I will tell you, some people are only audiobook people
I
and they
know.
just want audio. So get in now while while you can,
Agree.
so it's not so saturated. But I like your idea of doing it all at once and just getting it done. And this way they could go boom, 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 right?
Yep.
Just read all three at the same time. Now,
Yep.
what inspired you to write the Southport
So
series?
I really, after writing the first one, which was so intense and very serious and a difficult subject matter, I really just wanted to do something kind of fun and um, different. And my brother and sister-in-law live in Southport, North Carolina. So a lot of people don't know that it is a real place, and it is just as charming and fabulous as it appears in the book. That is actually true. And I went to visit them. I was actually kind of having, I don't know, I was kind of having well, it turns out, that I was sick. We know this now, but I was really kind of struggling and going through a hard time. And I went to visit just to get away and have some time with my family for a little while. And while I was there, I was sitting on a picnic table out at the waterfront, and I was like, man, this would be a really cool place for a story. And the outline just kind of poured out of me. And I really just wanted to capture, my brother and sister mean a lot to me, and I'm really close with them. And they're kind of like my built-in best friends, if you will. And so I really just wanted to capture with Call Her Janie just the essence of that relationship and family. And Lizzie, the main character in the book, she goes to live in Southport with her brother Randy, and then she meets the bookstore owner Helen, who she becomes best friends with. Helen is loosely inspired by my sister, and Randy is loosely inspired by my brother. So they're not really them, but
Mhm.
anyway, so I just really, and you can see as you read through the book and get to know the characters, like they really do have this brother sister bond. And Helen and Lizzie's friendship is really special, and I really just wanted that to kind of capture the relationship that I have with my siblings and how much they mean to me. So that's kind of how it got started. But then it, like I said, it morphed into this whole big thing where I was like, wow, we've got a whole lot more story to tell. And 3 books later and the series will finally be finished.
Congratulations. So yeah, so your third book, it's all written, it's getting edited, and then it'll be hot off the press February 11th,
February
I think you said?
11th,
Yeah.
yes. And I actually need to, you had emailed me this morning and I was like, oh man, I'm behind. I feel like trying to cram everything in. Normally I do all the writing and editing and then I focus on all the marketing. But because I had kind of stalled for a minute while I was recovering and getting well, I am doing everything kind of on top of each other. So I'm in in the process of edit number 2, working with my second editor, and I need to start booking all of my marketing. So I need to get in touch. We need to set up a book tour for book 3.
Can't wait. Everybody loves your book. I don't have a problem getting readers. They
Yay!
see you and they want you. They want the book.
Yep.
So I just lost track of. Okay, so you said, all right. So that's the third book. That's coming out February 11th. But you also said that you have other things going on, and also I want to talk about. You seem to be doing a lot of speaking
Yep.
engagements. I noticed on your website. So let's talk about the other books that you're doing, and then the services and stuff that you offer, because I'm sure authors would love to take advantage of your services.
Yeah. So Um, as you know, I don't know how many people watching know, but as you know, just because we've been communicating and you've been, a part of this journey, I feel like for the last
Yeah,
couple of years, but
from day
I,
one, from the first book.
yes. So I was diagnosed in February with multiple sclerosis, and I have decided to write a book. The title is going to be 10,000 Steps. Yep. Yep. And so I've decided to do is Tom and Laura are the original characters from The Secrets We Conceal. They're the main characters from The Secrets We Conceal. So Tom and Laura are going to come back and be the characters in 10,000 Steps. And we're going to learn all about Laura's journey through her MS diagnosis and kind of through life dealing, with MS. So it'll be another fiction based on a true story. But I chose 10,000 Steps because when I first got sick and things got really, really bad, it was probably about August of 2023, August, September, October. I kind of kept it pretty quiet for a while, and then it just really started getting to the point where I couldn't hide it anymore. So I had to start sharing with people here and there. And so, anyway, there was a time period during all of that where I was having trouble walking. If I had to hold on to things, if I wasn't holding on, I would typically lose my balance or fall down. I would fall down in the morning a lot of times, getting out of the bed and kind of trying to walk to the bathroom. And my husband and I laugh about it now. But anyway, so I just kept telling myself that I needed to keep walking, that if I kept walking, that I would be able to keep walking and I would not lose the ability to walk. So my goal was to walk, 10,000 steps basically. And so that's where the title comes from. And
I love that.
I walk 10,000 steps is approximately 5 miles a day. My short little legs require 12,000 steps, but for the average human, it's
How tall are you?
I'm only 5'3.5". Yeah. So for the average human, it's about 10,000
Yeah.
steps. So anyway, so I am walking 5 miles a day now, every day. Super proud of that, because over a year ago I couldn't do that. So anyway, so that's where the book's title comes from, and I'm excited to share Laura's journey and just through her, getting her diagnosis and after diagnosis and all of that. So that's what's coming. And I
So
chose
wait, so hold on, wait, we gotta, hold on. Time out. Okay. So should the readers start with The Secrets We Conceal? Because is this like considered part of the series, or no?
No, so
It's
it's not a continuation
standalone.
or a series. It's just the same
Standalone. Okay.
standalone with the same characters. Because I feel
Okay.
like there's a lot
Okay.
of people that really connected with Tom and Laura and really love Tom and Laura. And I thought, instead of inventing new characters, let's just use
Right.
the same characters. So there
Right.
might be some references to the secrets, or, but it's not going to impact. They're not at all a continuation or a sequel or
Right.
anything like that.
Okay. I just wanted to clear that up. I wanted to make sure. So it's definitely standalone. If you want to read Secrets We Conceal, go right ahead. Catch up with that one, and then when the 10,000 Steps comes out,
Yep.
either
Which I'm
way.
thinking late 2025, maybe it might be early 2026. I'm not really sure, but that's kind of my loose timeline for when that book will be out.
You've been like so busy.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. I feel like for so long I was struggling so bad and really, you know, wasn't able to write. And, you know, physically I was having a hard time writing. And then mentally I was having a hard time getting my head right to sit and focus and write. And then once I started feeling better and I kind of had my energy back and my focus back, I feel like I have just been, you know, on a tear. Like, okay, tomorrow, you know, I mean, it's really, I hate to be cliche, but it's kind of like tomorrow isn't promised. Get done today what you know, don't put off till tomorrow what you could do
Right.
today. And I am like the epitome of that right now. I am just
That's
burning,
good.
you
Good.
know,
She's on
burning in every minute
fire.
of the day. Let's go, let's go.
That's good. Well, you deserve it, you know, because of, you know, going through, you know, being ill, not knowing, you know, what's going on. I'm sure it affected your mental health, like what's going on, you know, is it me? Is it what am I, you know?
It absolutely did.
Um, so, and I'm sure a lot of people will definitely, you know, love to read your book, learn about multiple sclerosis, and just, you know, because a lot of people really don't know, I mean, they heard of it, they kind of know what it is, but maybe really not in depth. So I think it'll be a nice book, you know, for people to read
Yeah.
and get, you know, read a nice story and get educated at the same time. For me, that's like the best. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You get a
Agreed.
story and you learn.
Agree. And that's why I like to do fiction based on a true story instead of like a memoir or a nonfiction. Just because I think it's more fun and digestible that way, and people can really kind of get into it and appreciate the story and get lost in the pages like a story, but then also learn a little bit along the
Yeah,
way.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of
Thank
you. I
you.
can't believe that.
Thank
Wow.
you.
Now, what made you like want to write all this down and write a book? Like what, you know, what was the light bulb that said, I need to get this in
Um,
writing?
I think for 10,000 steps specifically, it's more just um, to get it out of my own system, I feel like, and kind of
Hmm.
share my story and hopefully, you know, help others who might be going through something similar or might have a family member or a friend that's going through something similar so that they can kind of understand, you know,
Hmm.
what their friend or family member might be experiencing. And then it's kind of therapy for me too, you know, like let's just get it all out there and be done with it, move on.
Yeah, yeah. And you did move on. Now you said you have another thing brewing?
So it's a nonfiction book, more kind of for my work life.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm still going to write. I decided to still publish SR under SR
Uh-huh.
Fabrico, just because that's my author name. And as we know, you know, Stacy is my first name, of course, and Fabrico is my legal name, but Rowe is my married last name.
Hmm.
And so I call this kind of, this is like a Stacy Rowe book, but I am publishing it under SR
Right.
Fabrico. So
Might as well,
I
right.
am,
Keep, keep,
yeah, so
keep
I'm
the
going to be
name.
writing a workbook. So more to come on that. It's going to be about the history and evolution of the sport of cheerleading. So stay tuned.
Wow.
Yeah, so stay tuned. More to come.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, you know, you were a world, you know, you are a world champion dance coach.
Yeah.
How, you know, are you still doing dance?
No,
Or you
unfortunately, I'm actually not able to dance at the moment with my MS. Hopefully someday. I mean, I'm walking again, you know, and walking well and a lot. So hopefully I'll be able to dance again someday. But no, ironically, I think it's kind of how books and writing came into my life. So I my last coaching um my last team that I coached and took to the World Championships was in 2018, and
so
I
it
that
really
is
wasn't that long ago. Okay.
yeah, and that's when I started writing. And I think, you know, so my dance routines were very much a story. And my kids, you know, the team would know the story, and they had a beginning, a middle, and an end. And they were kind of telling the story throughout their dancing. And I would always tell them, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter if the audience like gets every single piece of this
Right,
puzzle
right.
here. It's for us, and it's to help with the choreography and help you with your emotions and kind of, and
I
for us
love
to work
that.
together as a team. And I really enjoyed that creativity in
Mhm.
my life. And I think when I gave up coaching, I randomly turned to
Yeah,
writing because it was a way for me to have that same
you could
creative
right.
outlet. Yeah, and even though the book is obviously a lot more in depth and a lot longer than the dance routine, it's a very, for me in my head anyway, it's a very similar process. And I didn't realize it till I looked back several years later, but I was like, wow, I think I filled my coaching void and my creativity void with books, with writing.
Agreed. Yeah, because you're still the choreographer. You're still the boss. You know what I mean? And you're telling your story, just like your dancers
Yep.
did with when you were telling them what to
Yeah.
do. So I love that. I think that's wonderful. I never thought about it that way, but you're right.
Yeah,
Absolutely right.
I didn't either, and then it was a couple years later and I was like, huh, I think this is what I did. I didn't realize that's what I was doing, but yeah.
Somebody just wrote, Sparkler wrote, Parker and Lauren love your storytelling through dance and writing. Go Stacy.
Oh, yay.
That was nice. Yeah, so that's amazing. And then you're also now doing author services.
Yes. So I
Tell
haven't
us about that.
officially, yeah, so I haven't officially launched that yet, but
Oh,
it is something but
I'm
that's
not supposed.
okay. No, I'm working on it. But that's something that I want to, that I'm definitely starting to do. And I have been helping authors. I just haven't officially
Right,
told the
right,
world, which is
right,
fine. It's totally fine. As people ask me, I can help them. Generally, I'm trying to stick more with marketing and helping them with, if they need a website, I can help them build a website. If they need help publishing their book, I can actually help them with that. Formatting their manuscript, I can help them with that. But really just trying to guide them through the launch process and, it, kind of taking them through what I have done and encouraging them to do the same thing and be prepared for their launch, to have a good launch and sell a lot of books. And I can help with Facebook marketing and different things like that. So I dabble in a lot of
right.
different things, and just kind
Okay.
of based on what the author needs, I can help them.
That's good. Well, yeah, because they do, I mean, you were in their shoes long ago, and it's scary, because it's like, okay, I wrote my book, but now what,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, or a
with
lot
your
of times they
skills
don't
and
even
ability.
know how to write their book or where to go or what to do. And so, just being there to help provide that
Mhm.
advice and walk them through the
Yes.
process. So yeah.
And it helps being able to publish your own book because you're in charge. And, usually authors do find out the hard way, um, that they don't have a lot of control. If you sign up with a publisher, sometimes,
Yeah.
you want to cover a certain way and they're not having it. They're not having
Yeah.
it. So, when you publish your own book, there's way more, freedom to do what you want to do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Okay. Do you want to talk about your journals too while we're on
Yeah,
this?
sure.
So might as well.
So I have a series of sports journals that I've done. I feel like it kind of just comes more, I've spent 25 years coaching, and I think that in today's day and age, kids are used to having everything right at their fingertips, and they don't understand sometimes that, sports, especially school, I mean, there's lots of things that it's a journey and it takes time and it takes effort. They may not always reach their end goal or their end result, but they've grown so much along the way. So I wrote a series of sports journals just to help them kind of track and document their year and their season and their progress, so that they know and they can see, like, okay, maybe I didn't win the big, world championship, or maybe I didn't win the big tournament at the end of the soccer season, but I got better and I did all of these things, from point A to point B, and that was kind of, worth it. So I have, well, let's see,
Yeah.
I
Do you
have
have
these.
anything to show? I think that's a great idea
I
because
do.
if you don't write it down, they're not going to know. They're not going to
Correct. You
realize
forget, and yeah.
how
So when you
far.
go back yeah, when you go back and you look at it, you're like, oh wow, my free throw average, was 30% when I started the season, and now I'm at 60%
Right.
or 70%. Even though
And
we
that's
didn't win every game or whatever. So I have a basketball journal here that you can see really quickly. And so
yeah.
I
Beautiful.
have, let's see, cheerleading. We have a cheerleading journal, a dance journal, soccer, swimming, gymnastics. We have basketball that we've added now, and we've added volleyball and crew, actually rowing, because my daughter
Oh,
was on
yeah.
a rowing team. So let me grab that one. Super fun.
Sorry, there's a
Um,
dog barking in the background. I'm sorry. It's not
no,
my dog. It's the
it's fine.
neighbors.
Mine are scratching at the back door because I put them outside. So this is
Oh,
the crew journal.
look at that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Beautiful.
that one's super fun, and they're all the my journal series is the group of journals. So it's my soccer journal, my swim journal, whatever sport you're looking
Right,
for.
right, right.
And then I did my women's journal. So this one's called my Firefly
Yeah.
journal. And this one is for women too, because we don't like to put ourselves, we don't like to do anything for ourselves. Usually we're always doing
Mm-hmm.
for everybody
Right.
else, you know. And so this kind of helps women create a bucket list and, you know, just think about some words of affirmation, write some words of affirmation. There's a me time to do list in here where you can take time to, you know, write down some things that you're going to do for yourself. Take a bath,
Right.
write in your journal, write in your, you know, write a book, go to the movies, you know,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be. So, and then there's, you know, places to reflect and, you know, that kind of thing, ask questions, just think to yourself and
Mm-hmm.
talk
Mm-hmm.
to yourself in your journal. So so yeah, so that's my journal series. Those were just kind of fun and, you know, important, like I said, for my sports journey. So I enjoyed making those, and we'll probably continue to make some more sports journals as we have requests for different things. Something new that I have going on too, which I'm trying to think.
Oh, I can't. All right. Can you start
I
over?
was getting
I couldn't hear you. It went out.
Yeah, so something new. So my husband and I, you know, when you have a when you go through something, I feel like we went through with my MS. You know, I don't remember if I told you this, but once upon a time, the doctors had misdiagnosed me with a stroke, and so that
Oh.
they told me that I had a stroke, and so that's very, you know, eye opening, and you kind of really,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
you start thinking about your own mortality. So my husband and I were like, what do we want to do with our lives and what direction do we want to go? And tomorrow isn't promised. So let's do what we want to do now. So anyway, we took a big gigantic leap of faith and we started a new business called Bookshop Fundraising. So I know you and I have talked about this because you sent
Yeah,
me an
but let the
author or
people
two.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's any authors out there that are interested, so it's an online bookstore. It's going really well. We're super excited about it. I think we have about 65 or 70 books in the bookshop
Wow.
now. Yeah. So
That's
it's
great.
online. Yeah, it's online, and we set up online fundraisers for sports organizations and schools, and they basically sell the books. They send the links out, and they sell independent author books that are in the store to people to raise money, and 50% of the sales go to the organization, and then the rest obviously goes to Bookshop and the authors
And
that are a part of
that's
the
a good
Bookshop.
amount of percentage because sometimes, I mean, I mean, the Girl Scout cookies, sorry to say, but the poor Girl Scouts get like 25 cents it's like ridiculous. The
Yeah.
amount they get such a small amount. 50%, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so we're really excited. That's been going really well, and it's been fun to see all the books that sell and be able to tell the authors like, "Oh, you sold a book today, you know, you sold 2 books." It's not as big as we'd like it to be yet, but it is growing. You know, we're
Yeah,
getting new books
absolutely. Yeah.
constantly and new fundraisers, you know, all the time. So it's super exciting, and that's another fun project. So we have got lots of things
You
going on, and all of
do.
that is just my side gig. None of that is my actual job.
Yeah, and being a mom and everything else, being the
Yep.
chauffeur and
Yep.
the cook.
All the things.
So,
Actually, I have an
uh-huh.
amazing husband, and he does most of the cooking, so I can't
Oh,
take
that's
credit for
nice.
it. Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yes.
really good.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. Just I always say if your husband knows how to cook, just keep on that you don't know how. I don't know how to do that. Let him do it,
Right.
Don't ever volunteer because once you
Totally.
volunteer, you're not going to go back. So,
Absolutely.
is there anything else, Stacy, that you would like to, say to the audience? I mean, I'm also going to put this on YouTube, so whoever didn't get to watch today, it'll be on Instagram, but will also be on YouTube as well.
Awesome.
Is there any other thing you'd like
I
to
think
say, or
really
how can?
just, you know, now is the perfect time to check out the Southport series. Book number
Yeah.
one is Call Her Janie. It's a super fun awesome read, and you can read Call Her Janie and then roll right into Keeping Janie. And Janie's Hope book 3 will be out in February on February 11th of 2025. So be on the lookout. But it's a perfect time to get to jump into that series as the new book is coming out. If you have any questions or want to reach out to me, you can check out my website, www.srfabrico.com. You can get in touch with me through there. You